Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we will be doing a guide on none other than the worst character in the game, Mumen Rider. Okay, so he is an SR character and he is a composure damaging character. No, not composure, my bad. Negative damage character, negative crit. Alright, so let's get right into it. First of all, we have his skill list here. Let's go over his skills. First of all, his core mechanism. So his core mechanism, basically, he gets Justice Mock, which is his mode right here, and that's his points system. So basically, you'll get a maximum of 100 points, and then once you're in that mode, you basically click R to get in the mode, and then you can deal more damage and have different set of attacks. First of all, his M1. His M1 is pretty decent. It's a 5-strike combo, dealing 540% of attack damage, and yeah, it grants you 20 Justice Mock if you complete the combo. So you can switch to E normal attack, Justice Strife when Mumen Rider's on the bicycle, and then you have to click M1 is click for Justice Cycling. So basically, instead of your M1 being an M1, when you're using your E move, it'll transform into a different move, kind of like Lightning Max with his kicks. So it just basically goes over this. I'll talk about this later, but basically, it can deal a lot of damage if you combo it properly, which I'll talk about. So we have Indomitable Dash. So basically this is literally just a punch, and it deals 450% of attack and grants 10 points of Justice Mock. It's pretty decent with a 15% 15-second cooldown as well. Now we have Justice Cycling. This basically gets on the bicycle, and then like I said, you combine your M1 to deal more damage. Yeah, and you do a lot of damage, 800% of attack and 15 Justice Mock. And then now you have Justice Partner. So basically, you click R and then you get into bicycle holding state once your Justice Mock has reached 100. Now his dodge is completely normal. So, yeah. So here we have his normal attack now deals more damage, 700% of attack, and consumes 10 Justice Mock. So you have 100 to spend. So basically how it works is this mode isn't like a timer mode. It's actually every hit you land, you basically consume a certain amount of Justice Mock. So here, this one has a 12-second cooldown, which is a spinning move, deals 840% of attack, and consumes 21 points of Justice Mock. And you can move during the attack, which is really good. The developers actually tried to build Mumen Rider around an AoE kind of attack. So here, as you can see, this is part of it, and it really refers to his story, in the story where you're playing as Mumen Rider, and you can see in his kit as well. Justice Roar is a 10-second cooldown. Basically, during the roar, you can block attacks, and it'll enhance the character for a period, reducing damage and the consumption of Justice Mock, which basically means you can attack more in the mode. So yeah, it's basically a third of a second block, and then you deal a basically 260% damage. It's only there to knock back the enemies, and then of course it refreshes the Q cooldown. So basically what you want to do is use your Q, and then after you're done and it's on cooldown, you want to use your E move. So yeah, it ignores the damage taken and enhancement for 30 seconds. Does not result in the loss of Justice Mock. Damage taken increases by 90%. Decreases by 90%. So you're basically going to be hella tanky. And then you basically just get really buffed. So after that, this is a finishing move. It's called Justice Throw. It basically throws your bike that deals a lot of damage, which is 800% of attack, and then you just basically drain your entire mode. And if you're basically drained all your attacks, right, this skill will automatically be cast. It'll automatically be used once you get down to the very last bits of your energy here. So yeah, that's basically what he does. So let's go quickly into his ultimate skill. Pursuit skill is pretty decent. It's just basic, and his ultimate skill is also very basic as well. Nothing too special, very average. So his potential is bicycle holding state, successful block with E, reduces the cooldown, which is the Justice Roar, which is his bicycle holding state, right? Which is his mode. Now this one is very good. Potential 2, 60% damage bonus when negative crit is triggered, and resolute attack level limit +1. So basically, you want to be negative hit critting, because it'll deal more damage. Now, in bicycle holding state, Justice Mock is less. If Justice Mock is less than 25 points, Justice Throw increases by 80%. So yeah, basically, you don't want to use your Justice Throw before going under 25% of your bar, so you just don't want to use it early. Now 4 is resolute attack level and +2, and then decrease the efficiency of gaining justice mock. Increases, sorry, by 20%, and then justice cycling. And then the 6th one is basically just, it stacks up. So these ones aren't really needed, I guess, but, so that's why I'm making a guide on P4. But yeah, he's a pretty good character, so let's get into his combos. First of all, Mumen Rider does have an M1, right? It's a 5-hit combo. There's his combo, right? 11k damage. I don't know, because I think I missed some of my attacks because he gets knocked. But yeah, 11k damage is pretty solid. As well as the punch here. So, as you can see, it's kind of just a pretty solid punch that deals a lot of damage, which is 40k DPS. And if you look at the bike here, I'm supposed to drive it, right? You can drive the bike around as well, see? As you can see. 27k DPS is a lot, which is very, very solid. So yeah, there was his, basically his other attacks. So I'm just going to quickly charge up my mode here. Okay, so we're almost there. Just quickly charging his mode. And yeah, so here's his mode real quick. Here's his spinning attack. Of course, his DPS is going to be a little scuffed, but 20k is really, really solid. As well as this refreshes and does 30k as well. And then that does a lot of damage as well. And then throwing my bike also does a ton of damage, which is around 20k, right? So we're going to go to Swift, and we're going to charge up our attacks. So you want to time this. You don't want to spam your M1. You want to time it right before the bar ends, because that's how you're going to deal the most amount of damage. If you spam it, your bicycle mode will go out really quickly. So watch. This is what happens if I spam it. It'll end way quicker. So we're going to get into our mode here, and here's the parry that he has. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, I'm going to try again. So let's quickly get our mode. Okay, here it is. There was the parry, and as you can hear, there was a little chiming sound, and that's going to basically enable me to do more damage and consume less of this meter here. So this is kind of how you're supposed to use the meter. Use this to refresh your spinning ability, and then the more hits you take, the lower your bar gets, and then once it's out, it'll automatically use your R. So watch. See, it automatically used it. I didn't even click it, right? So those are the combos. Let's get on to the build. A little bit different format here. Probably should have went for the build first, but it's whatever. Let's go to arms. Basically, his arms, he is a healer, so he could be considered a tank. Here's his SR arms. His R arms is also an immunity, and then he has damage for his last one. So, of course, you would probably want to run healing on this guy because it gives him the most amount of PL. Also, just because he's a healer, and that is his main one. But he's very defensive. As you can see, like, 2 of his abilities are very, very defensively oriented, right? So he is a more defensive character, which makes it kind of worse for this game. But he still ends up being a pretty good character. I should really buff this crit right here. So, let's go on to his memory. Basically, his memory, I have a Knight's Fist and Impassion. I don't have a gold card on him, so that's why I kind of refrained from making a guide on him. But, of course, Resolute. I have a purple Resolute here, and then Impassion and Resolute, right? So, if I wanted to, I could probably get 7 out of 7, but I'm probably not gonna. You basically, ideally, you want to max this out. You would get 25% more attack if you did, and also less crit rate. So I have a total of 8,268 attack. So basically what his move does, his Knight's Fist, it basically makes it so he gains more damage in his bicycle holding state, which is really, really solid. And you definitely need this, right? So you don't want to turn this down. Alright, so this is his stats. Basically, as you can see, this crit rate could be lower. His defense is really low, so he might end up dying. But yeah, he's a morale character, which means he's pretty good, but he struggles to fit on a team because there's so many good morale characters like Stinger, Genos, Saitama, Prisoner Sonic, Puri Puri, that this guy's literally the sixth man, right? So he doesn't really have a space to fit in. And what I mean by this is he just can't really play. You can't really play with a morale team because he kind of falls behind. So let's go with Mumen Rider here. We're probably gonna run. Let's see here, Tatsumaki as well. These guys are for perspective, and we're gonna put this guy on as well. We're gonna put Spring Mustachio. So here we go. We're gonna run it against Carnage Kabuto. So right off the bat, combo I didn't really tell you guys about is Q, just to dash in, dodge, of course, and then you're just gonna timing this. Okay, I kind of didn't dodge it properly. So we're gonna actually restart. So, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to go in for the dash, then dodge, then use your bicycle. So you want to use the bicycle right when the boss is very vulnerable because it takes up a lot of time. So right here, he attacks right off the bat. Now I can use this a little bit. Okay, no, I can't. You can't dodge in the bicycle form, which is kind of weird. You can't really cancel the dodge, so you're really, really vulnerable when you attack. So again, gonna hit. He's gonna go for his attack. I'm gonna try again for my bicycle. I dodged it, nice. And his dodge is a little slow. I just noticed that. His dodge is a little slow, so watch out for that. His cooldowns are very, very solid. Okay, I'm gonna dodge out of this. And then quickly do his spinning. Okay, we're gonna hit him real quick. Do a lot of damage here. And then we're gonna wait for a Q and then use our E. So we're not gonna use our E just yet because we want to get for the whirlwind. And then use our E to refresh our whirlwind. And then we're gonna go again with the spinning move. And then end it off, of course, with the bicycle throw. Nice. And charge again him again. Here we go, getting some good damage in. I can't really dodge. His dodge is actually pretty scuffed. Definitely messed. So we're gonna move. Oh, I got hit with the what's it called? But we do have a heal, so we can actually stay alive, which is good because even though my Mumen Rider is kind of very prone to dying, he does have a healing card, which will make it very easy for him to not die, which is great. So we're gonna mode up real quick, and then of course use our spin, and then end up the boss. So even though Mumen Rider is kind of like dying, he does have a heal card, which makes him very strong. So as you can see, his attack is not that strong against people who fully just press the opposing enemy. As you can see, Spring Mustachio and Tatsumaki kind of outphased him, which basically just puts in my opinion of him being a shit character, is he quite literally cannot perform. So I'm really trying with him here. I'll try with Vaccine Man now. Let's swap out him for Stinger, and let's put in not Fubuki. We're gonna put in Genos, two of his morale characters as well, and we're just basically gonna put him to the test. So of course I might not be the best at playing Mumen Rider, but let's be honest, nobody's the best at playing Mumen Rider. So there's a driving mode, and then I go into sliding mode, deal a lot of damage. And the problem with this is you're very vulnerable in your bicycle mode, so you have to be very wise when you use it. You can probably click the other one right away. Okay, I got a Mumen Rider achievement. That just proves I don't play Mumen Rider. So I'm gonna go for the spin. I wanna see if I can get the parry off. I did get the parry off. Let's go. Where is he? Okay, he's flying. And I can stay in this bicycle mode. The dodge is a little clunky here. But he does have super armor, which is very solid. And so we're just gonna keep attacking him. Of course, the whirlwind here, and then we're just gonna M1 until we're done. There we go with the bicycle throw. And let's see how he works, like really getting around the map, because this guy's gonna keep spamming his lasers, right? So yeah, actually, I'm gonna go for this right here. And then we're gonna go for a quick bicycle instead of a longer one, and just keep rushing onto the boss. go. Let's go. We're gonna mode up again, and we're gonna go for the spin. Okay. He's kind of flying, so we're just gonna wait and see what we can do. Got him. Holy moly. Oh, okay, we got stunned. But look at my heal go. Actually, like, it's insane. Like, even though I got stunned, my heal just kept me alive, which is very strong. And then let's see. Yeah, Mumen Rider is horrible. Legitimate 8,000 attack. And this guy can't do anything. I think we may need some other upgrades on this guy. Like, definitely, if this guy were to get a buff, it would be Mumen Rider, because he's just not very strong. I guess we could try Pluton with the other morale characters, because, of course, let's run a full morale team, so it's kind of the same scale. This is going to be our third and final boss. Because I legit, I have enough of Mumen Rider. This guy's horrible. Okay. Man, you really have to get the bike timing down, which is kind of bad because his bike can almost be a liability. And his M1 is not strong enough to really be justified. Spin. We're gonna refresh our ability here. We're gonna run after Pluton. He's actually gonna jump in the middle here. We're gonna go for the spin. And then let's see if we can go for the bicycle throw. Nice. Let's go for the charging punch. He goes into this mode. Fine. Okay. As you can see, I can dash again and refresh my bicycle, which is pretty good. I actually kind of didn't know that. Stinger died. Could have used my healing arms for them, but again, I didn't. So yeah, they're kind of dead. So the damage stats are going to be a little scuffed here. But even when they are, he's still like last place. Oh my gosh. He's so bad. I don't know what I changed with him. Maybe I took off like a couple like memories or something, because this guy is really not that strong. Okay, so yeah, there was Mumen Rider for you. He is a very interesting character. Actually, not really. He's very bland. If you have a perfect build on him, he still won't perform. Okay, he still will not perform. Like 8k attack is still really high. And he can't really perform with 8k attacks. So what does that really tell you about the character, right? His crit rate is a little shit, but it's alright. I think it's still kind of passable as a character, and his build is pretty solid. But, you know, he's not a very, very solid character. Now, with this being said, this guide perfectly cements Mumen Rider at the bottom. If someone can prove to me that Mumen Rider absolutely diffs any of the other morale characters, well, then I'll make a whole video on that. But, yeah, basically the worst character in the game currently is Mumen Rider. He is the worst, absolutely the worst character. So if you do want to play Mumen Rider, he's cool. But literally, like in the anime, Mumen Rider is the worst, which kind of sucks, because I would have liked to see an overpowered character in Mumen Rider, but he wasn't. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. Have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video.